What's up, everybody? Welcome to Charts and Coffee. Surprise release. Didn't think I was going to put anything out this morning. It is 4 a.m. in Chicago. I have a morning flight, can't sleep, so figured why not? I will check in with you guys here real quick before I log off for the weekend. Not really log off, but I don't think I'll really have any opportunities to do videos this weekend, so let's take a look here at Bitcoin. Just a reminder, we dropped down, popped all the way back up, and smacked the 786 perfectly right there. Rolled back over. My anticipation is still us to get down into this level here between 98 and 96K. We haven't talked about this in a second, but let me zoom out here. And honestly, what it's kind of looking like, this has been our theory the whole time, is we got back up above there, ABC down. So this giant range here from 2021 to 2023, that whole range is exactly the same. You can tell with the double top here too. Not double top, but first peak, second peak. Well, burn that into your mind. Actually, here, let's do this. Let's do this. Zoom in. So you have that whole range. Is it going to let me fit it all? Yeah, let's go to the 2-day over here. Bear with me for a sec. Okay. You have that whole range right there. Over here, the 1-day will do just fine. Okay, it's a little sloppy, but you see the same exact thing here. First peak, second peak, big drop. First peak, big drop. Second peak, we crash. Even the crash is looking similar. The rise all the way up, just back above that high, just back above that high. Bam, bam, ABC, ABC. Where does this one take us down? On top of that third wave at the 618. Whereas this right here, the top of the third wave, right there, at that 97 number that we talked about, 97.8. And it's right in between the 618 and 702. In this situation, look, even if I zoom in here on this ABC, right in between the 618 and 702 and hit the third wave high. So in this situation, right in between the 618 and 702, hit the third wave high. It's perfect. It's perfect. And that's often how these things run, but this is just eerily similar. And this is the longer on the left, just the longer term time frame, printing the same exact pattern, guys. Well, what comes after that? Where we are right now, we got, look at that wave right there. Boom. We got the ABC, and then we blast it off into a next high, right? We're going to get our ABC. This is going to blast off into one more high. We'll talk about exactly where in a different video, but I wanted to go back to this for those of you that are new or haven't gotten to see it yet. I think it's a pretty good representation of where we're at right now in the market, and also just kind of how these things work on their own. So let's go over to the Bitcoin dominance. I should have just made that a Bitcoin video. I'll get into a little bit more. This thing is so stubborn, man. And I've been sitting here saying, nope, that's the high, that's the high, that's the high. I'm getting really close here, but I'm still sticking to it. I'm going to say that's the high. Running out of room. 0.8%, but this is pretty stubborn at this point. I mean, we're just waiting for this to break down. You can see the channel, right? And we want to take that out here to feel a lot better about our chances that this thing's going down. But look, that thing's channeling. And then usually I like to connect the wicks, but in this situation, just for visuals, we'll connect as many of these as we can. That's sloppy, but you get what I'm saying. I'm trying to show some parallel. I should use a different tool, but you get what I'm saying. We're channeling. We need this thing to break down, and when it does, I think it'll happen with velocity. Like we did something similar here. A little bit more vertical, but you get what I'm saying. We were running up here in a channel. Let me use the right tool. Come on, man. Have some pride in your work. Let's see, where are we at? I mean, this thing was pretty much running vertical, right? Let's do it over here. It's pissed me off. There. You know what I'm saying? So, let's break down from it for good. Running up. I mean, you see some intersection here on Sunday. I'm not saying that that's what's going to happen. Timing's pretty much impossible, but you get how it works, guys. This thing's going to break down into alt season, and with Bitcoin dropping, maybe we see some rotation. I don't know. Let's take a look at ETH. This thing's just been this thing's just been a pain in the ass, but at least it's holding strength. That's the good thing, right? So once this thing breaks out, it should take the alts with it. I know this has been painful, but hang in there. Oh, it's the 2-day. I know it's been painful, but hang in there. This thing will resolve itself. And again, sooner or later, we're going to have a few days like that. That's a 21% candle right there, followed by 6% and 10%. Like, let's go. That's going to be the norm, especially for the smaller alts during alt season. So for those of you that haven't been around for it, guys, it is, I mean, seriously no sleep season. So get your sleep now. Total 3 still battling down there. It wicked. That looked like it could be a decent. Let's see what kind of volume we got. Not a ton. I guess above average. I still think this is going to come down a little bit further, which would mean a little bit more downside for the alts, which realistically means that Bitcoin dominance could break that high, but maybe, I don't know. Let's wait and see. Wait and see on that. But expecting this to come down here. I mean, it doesn't have to make it all the way down. I could see it stopping. Let's see. I could see it coming down into this. What the hell? Into this first wave and fourth wave. Still breaks that low. I could see it coming down there, 791 million from where we're at. 3.7% for the indice. It's not terrible, but still a good chance it does dip down into this area. It could go as low as that if it wanted to. Not my base case right now. Again, just have to kind of wait. I'm not going to do the DXY. We know where we're at with that, pretty low. What's going on with gold? Gold rolling over a little bit. That could be a good sign. We see that it's taken out this outermost trend line here too, right? Not if you count that wick. That would make it steeper though. You connect that wick, that wick, that wick. Breaking down from it, so maybe we see some acceleration here or deceleration here in gold. The U.S. indices are closed today, so we won't bother getting into that. Doesn't really matter. It's a U.S. holiday, so it's just kind of what we're looking at. I'm not gonna dive too deep, but moving forward on the channel, guys, I want to do more concepts. I want to dive deeper into some of the bigger coins, so I'm still gonna keep the alt videos in rotation, but I want to start sharing some different types of information with you that I think will be super helpful. There's a lot more to this than just the basic charts on your altcoin. Like, I think there's a much better way we can look at the macro, and I'm going to get a lot more in depth on that for you guys moving forward on the channel instead of just cranking out alt videos. So I'm looking forward to that. In the meantime, I did release my ebook on the perfect portfolio. Go ahead, check that out, link in the bio. If you guys could do me a favor, follow, like, repost. Been doing TA a long time, and I just want to help as many of you guys as I can. So thank you so much for watching. If I don't talk to you guys, at least in video form, have an awesome weekend, and we'll touch base on Monday.